So we talked about curb appeal. So let's talk about the inside. And probably the most common thing nowadays, when we live in society and with kids and getting toys and all of these different things, and we have a lot of stuff, we get a lot of clutter and we get a lot of mess. So talk a little bit about kind of getting the home prepared on the inside and decluttering and stuff like that. What do you talk to your clients about?
Yeah, that's a big one. We're all pretty guilty, and me included. I'm as guilty as anyone about accumulating things. And we all accumulate things so quickly, and we see it every day. So if a new set of eyes comes in, it may look, cluttered and disorganized. Whereas for you that lives there on a daily basis, it might not, because you're used to it. But, when you think about a fresh set of eyes coming in, just try to get rid of everything, so either organize it or just simply get rid of it. Have it, that saying, if you haven't used it in 2 years, you probably don't need it. It's time to get rid of it. Goodwill's a good place to, get rid of some of that stuff, but declutter everything, right? So even your closets and your storage areas. I was in a home not too long ago, and they had this nice storage area downstairs, but when you open the door, it was like things were going to fall out at you. And a lot of times closets are that way as well. So, really organizing things and getting rid of what you can to just make it look just very well organized, I think, is really important.
Yes. Well, and there's a big part of that too, is, when if I have a buyer and I go into a house and there's a family that's looking to grow, and they go into a house and every closet they open is overwhelmed with clothes, or the downstairs, the storage room is packed full and they can barely walk in, their feeling or impression is that these people are probably moving because they're out of space. They're running out of space. They don't have enough space. And so are they going to run out of space? So, having something look clean and organized can also help that feeling for the buyer, where they're not thinking about, well, we might run out of space because they're running out of space in this house. And looking at the pictures, they might have 2 or 3 kids, and we have 2 kids and we want a 3rd kid. So, that again, it gets into that emotional feeling where they might even be projecting themselves to be running out of space if they live in a house, if the current owner is so packed because every closet is overflowing and the storage room has too much stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the more organized it can be. So buy some totes, right? Put stuff in totes and stack the totes up, or, organize those shelves that you might have in the storage areas. You'd be surprised, clients, they're going to open those storage doors. They're going to open the closets and see, just to make sure that there's enough room for their items that they're going to bring into that house. So I think that's really important, to take that time to do it. It's, kind of a return on your investment of time to make sure we do those things.
Yeah. And there was something you said earlier, I just kind of want to touch on. I can't remember the lady's name, but there's somebody on TV that, like, or she has a book maybe, that if you hold an item, if it doesn't bring you joy, that you should get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. Or if you haven't touched in 2 years, but whatever it is, like, you should try to, when you're selling your house, it does kind of change your life at that point, that your home should be a little more minimalistic versus how you live in it now. Again, if you're looking to get that top dollar, if you have a home that's unique, if you don't want to make that accommodations for buyers, then you're probably going to, pay for that maybe in the potentially what you get for an offer, how long it sits on the market. So, but getting the home ready and getting that stuff out, whether it's organized in totes in the basement, or if it's going to a storage area, or it's giving it to Goodwill, or it's just taking it to the landfill, whatever it is to help your home, look and have the space that it really has, versus feeling, congested with a lot of stuff.